How do you do? I'm going to chat with you about getting friendly with music. Only you can decide that a piece of music is more than something for today. It endures. Music you want to hear. It's that rare quality which pleases when one first hears and pleases more and more as one grows familiar with it. The only difference between this and some other listening time spent with purely pop recordings is that you could listen to this oftener. And right here, I'd like to mention the gentleman who has done so much to help me get friendly with music. Me and thousands of other people. Right here, let's listen to what I mean.
What? Communicate, illustrate, motivate, activate.
Yo, I'm a terrible decision for most. First, the macrocosm, content to poison a noble doctrine.
I rock and burn words straight through your asshole. I'm like a truckload of reeds and chemicals, rhyme criminal.
Next, what's worse than the hurt message applied to the old method of get stupid? I'm cyanide.
To leeches, trick you, telekinesis. I snap the mic sitting way back from in the bleachers.
Next, matter of fact, life management crisis, Dr. Rap One Vivisect monster.
Bigger than Miss, intense and trap MC's aggression. What's that? I hear taps and the last chance for a confession.
I'm a version of what is known as that thing that shouldn't be thought of in the context of anybody.
Bridge mangling, serve you a suicide of services. Stand over the crowd and hang 10.
Perversion of speech rights, pleading fifth, talk straight face, disturbance, distributed facetious with medicinal leeches like you the digital Jesus. Feeling lucky punks come and please us.
I grab the earth by the poles, toss it outside the reaches of the sun. Within each and every verse it gets cold.
Next, achy poem, bone fragment, deaf poem, crumb magnet, slit the train spotter's throat without passion.
Play with the whole deck, trick your spine by the neck, feel the paralysis as it begins to set.
Next, I'm less of a robotic entity than a technology enhanced man in a damn entity.
Said it wouldn't be done, yo, bump that on the map like that. Beats and thumbtack shit. Maybe I won't quit. Maybe I'll stop tomorrow, baby. That's the shit.
Next,
shit.
There's nothing to see here.
What?
Keep moving. Where's my Viagra? Next.
The higher level of thought to keep a man strong. The higher level of thought to keep a man strong.
What?
Man strong.
What? What?
Man strong.
What?
The higher level of thought to keep a man.
What?
Keep a man. Snam of ich get out full of hell, ja. Oh, scare for that.
Let's sing and learn about the letters of the alphabet. V is for vegetables. A is for apple. D is for drum. I is for Indian. M is for merry-go-round. And now do you know what I'm going to say? V is for vegetables I like to eat. A carrot, some lettuce, a big red beet. I like tomatoes and sweet peas too. In fact, I like all of them. Don't you? Just look and see. Vegetables start with a V.
Yeah, dealing with the Russian percussion. DJ Vadim and Skinnyman. Live from another side. From life to an itchy side. We don't check for the KGB. We come to the north side of London to check the MUD. Skinnyman. Time to run it right, so we'll show you how we do. No ramping, check it. As it's this, I'll take an insight to the style of all those itchy town cats for bringing you the mud files. For a while I've been investigating this system I'm in. I've tried to show you the art. I didn't know where to begin. Police and thieves are on the streets. Society meets. Extremes and good and bad don't add to make the cipher complete. It's like a big tourist attraction for monopolies to run. They've come to spend their money, so they're bound to get done by any local ghetto youth who's waiting out on Camden Lock. Not any in particular, because you'll find there's a lot. They're on that plot for Queen's heads. Their pockets are broke. They're blagging out, they're selling green, but they ain't holding no stock. I reckon 80% of those youths, they smoke rock. Some try to kick their habits, but they can't seem to stop. Well, the shops are gonna screw if the cash don't clock. They can't afford for this to flop, so now they flood the place with cops. Eagle eye, CID and CCTV, running pure fuckery within the police community. So paranoid, they don't never travel in less than 3, harassing me, Skunga P, from the MUD. Now they was interrupted by my little mudgeon Baron B, who said I'm a youth who run, scam them differently. See, I was born in the care of your community, and you don't really care for me, so now I live carefree. If you was me seeing things like the way that I see, you know it's us against them, and there ain't no unity. So now I live my life, and yeah, it treats me nice. And in the last 2 years I never served the same place twice. But your time you sacrifice to chase us round like cats and mice. I wanna get my cake and eat it too, if it's just a slice. With the money that I get from knocking junkies, I earn it, and then destroy the drugs by buying gadget, then I burn it. So don't come and force your laws, I'll make my own. And don't watch me with the weed, just watch the man who's selling bone. And if you try come and force that zero tolerance zone, then we won't tolerate you pigs, so best to leave us all alone. And if you've known it's a minute in the day of that life, try and go to King's Cross for 2 days and 2 nights. Bare freaky deaky people who could give you a fright. They're all out to get the money that'll pay for the pipe. Girls are selling their punani, singing all through stripers. Dirty curb callers come, singing tonight's the night. That's how I know to myself, something's just not right. Because they turn back into zombies when they see the sunlight. Take it from Skunga Brats, mud files runs red. It's so dread that every morning is the dawn of the dead. It's pure walking duppies, cause people wanna see them gone. And it's gone on so long and to the point it's all gone wrong. Because we're all in this together, and we never stand strong until another one of us is killed by the Babylon. At the rate of all this madness, it won't be lasting long. That's why there's music in our message channeled to you in a song. Live from the itchy side, DJ Vadim. Yeah, big up DJ Vadim. Big up my gold line rum cream. Big up my multi-flavored bags of green. And I'm lean. I'm out saying Skinnyman, mad fam.
Live. Let me explain. Let me explain. Let me explain. Let me explain. Let me explain.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin from our interplanetary newsroom.
Do you have a clue what you do?
Pay attention to the man with the blessings.
Do you have a clue what you do?
Pay attention to the man with the blessings.
Do you have a clue what you do?
Pay attention to the man with the blessings.
Do you have a clue what you do?
My main vantage point is I use live ammunition. I survive the restrictions that make my mic dosage addiction. Friction leads to fire, crews could get burned. How much ink I just injected is none of your concern. Unless you're on terms of understanding with the meager. Eager to be meek so you can inherit the heater. I can tell you're not braced in the study of conflict. The graceful words of doom to pick my verse to be convict. I've seen other schools of thought teach a class. I stain the grounds of colors of glass. It's Sunday mass, so I ask who plays the lead role of darkness in my cast.
What message do you have for the world?
Taste my torture. Sweet words of the warlock. A filthy-minded mongrel. Make sure the door's locked. I adore addiction. Bloodshed and depression. Flesh and skin cover my skull. Shine with aggression. Emerald eyes. And golden strains. A painful voice, pale skin, and acid rain. Showers, powerful stream of tears that trickle. I walk softly with a hammer and a sickle. A sick individual, high voltage assault, hit with a battering round, throwing heat with a catapult. Now add a jolt of electricity, extreme wattage. A psycho in the forest with an axe that ransacks your cottage. It's like up in this bitch, the weird and the wonderful. The circus tent's been pitched. Now wake up in the night in a cold sweat and scream. Swollen members, English breakfast with Vadim.
Let's take a trip inside of my thoughts. Updating rappers, educating all. Let's take a trip inside of my thoughts. Updating rappers, educating all. Let's take a trip inside of my thoughts. Updating rappers, educating all. Let's take a trip inside of my thoughts.
I'm sorry, but you're going to have to repeat that in English.
When you feel the ground giving way, it's an S&M tradition. Take a trip inside of my thoughts for a collision. Thought patterns are scattered, you can't pick up the pieces. A faculty of poison once this venom releases. The intensity increases, glass clones get thrown. You shouldn't walk alone in a danger zone where change is known to rearrange your fleshy tone back to skull and bone.
What?
You knocking and no one's home. The cord's cut on the phone. The doorbell's got no tone. The ivy is overgrown. And rigor mortis resembles your body that's turned to stone. Heads get flown. An action that we condone.
Almost like that now. Almost like that now. Almost like that now. Almost like that. Always like that now. Always like that now. Always like that
Purpose of this little demonstration is to give an idea
of the overall evolution of my particular
approach to synthetic rhythms.
That is the voice and sound of our time.
Lesson 1. Basic hip. Basic to hip is the concept of digging, to dig. Mr. Geets Romo, how would you define dig?
Well, you know, man, like when you dig something.
Well, yes, but...
dig, baby. It's like, you know, when you dig some chick or some cat. You know, or when you pick up on something. You dig it, you dig.
To dig, then, would mean to like, to understand, or to appreciate.
Dig. It's like... No, it's more like music, you dig? You know what is a quarter tone? Like you get a note in there between C and C sharp, and that's its own sound, you know? I mean, you can't call it C because it isn't. That's like dig. Dig means dig. Like if you don't dig and you say dig, I dig where you're at. Like on the wrong cat, it's the wrong word. Dig?
Ladies and gentlemen, now you begin to see one of our problems with the hip language. Each hip word or phrase carries with it an implication of the speaker's background and his involvement in hip society. In other words, the phrase, I dig, not only means I understand, but I am a special sort of person who understands in a very special way.
Yeah, that is exactly what I said.
In other words, I'm saying I am hip.
Dig yourself, baby. You got a way to go.
Yeah, spots be left intact after the impact of inadequate artists. Check the contrast, no throwbacks, full contact, compact, syntax and acts, and still no contracts. Your MCs be just like your girlfriends, seldom reaching climax, spreading love. Crowds pointing the finger at you, apple cry for raps like Donald Sub, an invasion of the body snatch. Copycats, better run for shelter, first the apple caps. Astral jams relating to zodiac signs be too abstract. Legs didn't react, frozen like gas caps. What checks crack, expose scrubs of lies and accepted facts. Self-chosen to prophesize like Nostradamus. Ostracize MCs in the substandard mass, never too old to prophesize to be given slaps. Verbalizing, chapter 23 of Everlapse, the aftermath, laughter of telepaths, scribble acts. I never had to fight gats, out of my mind came a flying axe. Death defying acts, make noise like cataracts for you girls and boys. Action packed, starving out is double act, unbreakable back. Confused by the parallax, MCs having heart trouble. Heart attacks, smart attacks, they can't follow cause we hard the track on snow. Blow up their barracks before we go. Madcap sorcerers from the Mando. The chorus is the part that attracts party people like puffs to a candle. Sinking in the wax, shaking asses. Crafts be venereal cause I be getting claps, interact with the masses.
Levitate to this rap shit, up next to bat, no hesitation. For the vexed generation I do tracks. Next get cracked from the impact of text. Intact enhances pleasure of past kit. Treasure this fat shit, especially adapted to hit the heads. Rap whores get expats on foreign shores yelling he ripped that. Fill the gaps like Wendy's fill baps. Break it down to less than a fraction. Fuck that, I'm on some splitting atom shit. Let me at 'em like Dex, select an axe as a weapon. Fake jack get smacked while I'm stepping. Abstract to the point of question. Keep the pack while kicking raps and wait for the reacts of what I'm blessing. Rebels attack like gun claps in a western. Test them. The best double acts since Steve Martin and Frank Sinatra. Lyrically interact for the full effect. Bring your rumble packs. Rebel shots let off, make you stumble back.
Celebrated cause rhymes be loud. Several raps make the real heads turn, then the next snaps. Break backs like 9 to 5. Modern day slavery act. I'm fly cause I got my lyrical jetpack. Taking snaps for aerial maps. Locate the whack in its natural habitat. Daily packs of catamites that wanna do the pap. No dramats, best bird when they taking naps. Catch 'em sleeping, faking jacks. So children displaying stacks. Avoid us like Al Capone and paying tax. Or they be praying perhaps. Double up like Gabriel playing a sax. So Oliver cause you mistook your mics for hats. Who's full, not minding the gaps. No mishaps when I kick bats. Rhymes be slipped back, delivered in E-flat. Dripping like aliens, jaws or piss flaps. If you think this is raw, you should hear my diss raps. Flavor to your earwax, ahead of your shit by 666 slaps. Blast for your six pack when you breathe out. Who made a pact and act to sick cats you drive a leave out. Like committing facts, committing atrocious acts for the stats. What you bitten, you vomiting back. Making raps, you not fat. Busting your 2-calorie raps like tic tac. Keeping my tactics on the raps, tit for tat. This analysis couldn't distract me from my task. You be tantalus and I'm always just beyond the grasp. So strike MCs down to the last. The quickest to draw their maps and blast. On the battlefield, the enemy yells and cracks. I be standing triumphant, bearing no visible weapon. No shields, no cast, skills are built to last.
Keep the verbal burner. Back to back till it's tag team. Fake jacks get no action. Higher learners kicking pats. A stranger tractor. Keep the yard packed like an Arsenal v Spurs match. Combat gets brought with a merge of pad, pen and fractured force. Use all sorts of tactics. Or inspiring rap shit to which you natural as plastic. If vids acting sick to get that hit. Amateur grammatics. Sarcastically snapping at your whackness like elastic. Starving to impact. Attached to fatness like blame for farts. Craft my art and attack with head cracks. Embrace rap like a head clamp. Stranded on rhymers, cats get branded. Number 6, stamped on their back. To back I take it. Cut no slack for the fakers. Lyrically acres be the volume of shit zone on this track. Flows I switch that. Got pros to rip that. If I were you I'd disown them raps.
Check the rhythm, the rhyme, yeah, it fits.
I'm incredible.
Check the rhythm, the rhyme, yeah, it fits.
My style is so amazing.
Check the rhythm, the rhyme, yeah, it fits.
I'm incredible.
Check the rhythm, the rhyme, yeah, it fits.
My style is so amazing.
Check the rhythm, the rhyme.
I'm incredible.
Check the rhythm, the rhyme, yeah, it fits.
My style is so amazing.
Check the rhythm, the rhyme, yeah, it fits.
I'm incredible. So amazing.
Now that's the way it should be done.
Your revolution will not happen between these thighs. Your revolution will not happen between these thighs. Your revolution will not happen between these thighs. Will not happen between these thighs. Will not happen between these thighs. The real revolution ain't about booty size, the Versace's you buys, or the Lexus you drives. And though we've lost Biggie Smalls, baby, your notorious revolution will never allow you to lace no lyrical douche in my bush. Your revolution will not be you killing me softly with Fuji's. Your revolution ain't gonna knock me up without no ring and produce little future MCs. Because that revolution will not happen between these thighs. Your revolution will not find me in the backseat of a Jeep with LL, hard as hell. You know, doing it and doing it and doing it well. You know, doing it and doing it and doing it well. Come on now. Your revolution will not be you smacking it up, flipping it, or rubbing it down. Nor will it take you downtown or humping around. Because that revolution will not happen between these thighs. Your revolution will not have me singing Ain't No Nigga like the one I got. Your revolution will not be you sending me for no drip drip VD shot. Your revolution will not involve me filling your nature eyes or helping you fantasize. Because that revolution will not happen between these thighs. No, not between these thighs. And oh, my Jamaican brother, no. Your revolution will not make you feel bombastic and really fantastic and have you groping in the dark for that rubber wrapped in plastic. You will not be touching your lips to my triple dip of French vanilla, butter pecan, chocolate deluxe, or having Akinelli's dream. A 6-foot blowjob machine. You wanna subjugate your queen. Think I'ma put it in my mouth just cause you made a few bucks? Please, brother, please. Your revolution will not be me tossing my weave and making believe I'm some caviar-eating ghetto mafia clown. Or me giving up my behind just so I can get signed and maybe have somebody else write my rhymes. I'm Sarah Jones, not Foxy Brown. You know I'm Sarah Jones. I'm Sarah Jones, not Foxy Brown. And your revolution makes me wonder, where could we go if we could drop the empty pursuit of props and the ego? We'd revolt back to our roots, use a little common sense on a quest to make love de la soul, no pretense. But your revolution will not be you flexing your little sex and status to express what you feel. Your revolution will not happen between these thighs, will not happen between these thighs, will not be you shaking and me faking between these thighs. Because the real revolution, that's right, I said the real revolution, you know, I'm talking about the revolution. When it comes, it's gonna be real, it's gonna be real, it's gonna be real. When it finally comes, that's right, when it finally comes, it's gonna be real. Yeah.
Hi. Can you hear me? I have no way of knowing if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, 1, 3. Yeah, raise the beat and turn me down a little bit. That's how it goes. Check it out. Yo, let me melt into the air, morph into what you can hear. James appears after obvious. Clouds of smoke, I bet you felt it through the snare. What you do here remains clear, peep them obvious. Clouds of smoke, I had to rhyme, inevitably intertwined. Infinite, meticulous, internal lyric infrastructure is the articulate discusser. Mustard gas combustor, use your lungs, inhale the obvious. Clouds of smoke, paragraphs of plutonium. Collide and detonate, designated agenda. Scatter your cells through outer space, after which you got to wait 100 million centuries for your molecules fuse to reconverge and form an entity. Once again, those obvious clouds of smoke scar your throat, provoke you to choke. I hope you know and highlight spoken quotes. I style right, you file is obvious after 2020 hindsight. Yo, didactic, cause you might learn from this. I ain't preaching to y'all, I'm just speaking to y'all. Compulsory, them flows be all up in my gut. It's just my behavior, tell you what. Hey yo, didactic, cause you might learn from this. I ain't preaching to y'all, I'm just speaking to y'all. Compulsory, them flows be all up in my gut. It's just my behavior, tell you what. I had to rhyme, creatively combine my colloquials, innovatively splinter those Pinocchios into toothpicks. By the chainsaws, I brainstorm who gets ruthless. Obviously, I remain on point like skin during acupuncture sessions. I recline at nighttime on a better spike, so I'm on point when I be sleeping right, snoozing right, receiving nice. Subconscious freestyles and speak it out loud, my acts reveal. Knots from blows I landed at random, twice like cranks on tandem bikes, thrice like trikes for little tykes, 4 times for raw rhymes that thaw through cold mics. Sure, I'm a whole dice, squeeze and release. Sniper style, you feel the words way before you hear the beat compiled. Yo, with conviction, didactic diction. I'm spitting in rhythm. I'm glad you stopped to listen. Yo, didactic. Yo, didactic.
It's obvious. It's obvious. I ain't your average hip hopper. It's obvious. I ain't your average hip hopper. It's obvious, I ain't your average hip hopper. Obvious, I ain't your average hip hopper.
Yo, let me melt into the air. Melt into the air. James appears after obvious. Clouds of smoke. I bet you felt it through the snare. Felt it through the what you do here, peep them obvious. Clouds of smoke. I had to rhyme. Why else would I be compelled to rap shadow battle myself in hopes that it'll help us to prattle? I heard like cattle, y'all got beef and that's okay. I'm in the steak and MC murder race to say the least. You're once again after obvious. Clouds of smoke. I'm filled with a force field of words and a sort of syllables to serve those who deserve to be dismantled verbally. I heard your CD and it's sounded like dirt. 13, I make a move like hydraulics. I bet you I have the water pressure. Take you somewhere, some swear order, let my lecture leave you there eternally. Your concern should be how to stop my diabolics. Returning to the plot that I was talking, I go off on tangents, often morphing topics to heal like antibiotics. I toss logic in the midst of the chaotic and get frustrated, melancholic. Used to rock it on your block, outdated on raiders. Obviously, perpetrators don't touch the mic. Pretenders must surrender to premeditated, spontaneous combustion. Once the dust lingers, you can't assess nothing. I was shrouded in cloaks. So you cruise in pieces and your arts in pieces and your mind and your hearts in pieces. Evoking emotion, you compare to being frozen, knowing that I follows obvious. Clouds of smoke is didactic, cause you might learn from this. I ain't preaching to y'all, I'm just speaking to y'all. Compulsory, them flows be all up in my gut. It's just my behavior, tell you what. Hey, yo, didactic, cause you might learn from this. I ain't preaching to y'all, I'm just speaking to y'all. Compulsory, them flows be all up in my gut. It's just my behavior, tell you what. My behavior, tell you what. That sounds like the end to me. That's all the words I have to listen to track with. Shout. No more rhymes, no more verses. Kid Koala on the cut. DJ Prompt cuts. Vadim on cut. What the hell happened? Y'all keep messing with me. What's up, the Shades? Mark B. And the Scratch Perverts. Getting freaky with it. This is straight. Flavor straight. The second level of flavor from Maryland, D.C., Gaithersburg, Virginia area. Because nobody comes from there.
Same. Except us outer space.
Word. I hope y'all tilling y'all gardens, because that's all you got to do. Alright, and we out.
The following dialogue will be read with pauses for repetition. Кто это?
Это учитель. Господин Джонс.
Кто это?
Это студент Питер Браун.
Кончил дело. Гуляй смело. Кто это?
Это учитель. Господин Джонс.
Кто это?
Это студент Питер Браун.
Now you hear me say never when my mind's been taken hostage and poison gets pumped all through these veins. Acting like a cockroach, I use a diplomatic approach. How the skin fall and I'm getting them tempered. But I watch my temper, cause I was sent to educate and entertain. So the world be calm, brain and frame. Not too hostile, I'm most hospitable. Cause to get on in this world is most critical. I've been in a relatively primitive state of affairs. No longer will I be there. Truly and really and truly. Knocking Fisher, boy, him down, man, ruling. Feel some futuristic content, prototype, grab the mic time, nigga. Ha! Truly and really and truly. Knocking Fisher, boy, him down, man, ruling. Feel some futuristic content, prototype, grab the mic time, nigga. Ha! I'm shooting diamonds from a planet of my soul. Now I'm firmly connected with the rhythm of the city, and I'm still stubborn, so don't call my bluff. Blew you out with one pop cause you thought your skills were enough. Well, not here with me. Leave your face blasted all over my windscreen. Got a foot in the door, now watching balls with. Think that this life is so cozy, but there ain't no insulation. You'd only find this shit from years of participation. No graduation and no honors. You might have an album deal, but still be well. Living in squalor, money squandered, really didn't last that long. So I found the time to sing the same old song. If the bottom of your bucket fall out, and it will run dry, hard times hit home and no more high. If the bottom of your bucket fall out, and it will run dry, hard times hit home and no more high. Truly and really and truly. Blocking Fisher, boy, you damn man, ruling. Feel some futuristic content, prototype, grab the mic time, nigga. Ha! Yo, truly and really and truly. Blocking Fisher, boy, I'm down, man, ruling. Feel some futuristic content, prototype, grab the mic time, nigga. I didn't fuck your girl, boy, when I had Vaseline. Burn her insides out because I use gasoline. Real hideous, light made her look unflattering. Like a face I taken, no, a good battering. Stand back and grin as I call you imbecile. You wasn't a type lip nigga, that's what you get when you squeal. Is my voice really 5 people speaking at once? Did you really hear that, or was that too many bloods? I'm on some scientific, terrific, marveling my own type, brilliant life shit when I come equipped. This one here was all about survival. Vadim on his dark beats, we keep it tribal. This one here was all about survival. We Vadim on his dark beats, we keep it tribal. Truly and really and truly. Blocking Fisher, boy, I'm down, man, ruling. Feel some futuristic content, prototype, grab the mic type, nigga. Ha! Truly and really and truly. Blocking Fisher, boy, I'm down, man, ruling. Feel some futuristic content, prototype, grab the mic type, nigga. Right now I finished being those hydroponics, and I finished being silently busy under the body. So after all these 389 words, I'm on self-destruct and I be no more. So just watch my body parts hit the floor, hit the floor, hit the floor. Yeah. Vadim and Blocking Fisher. Shit. Matching up all in.
Adjectives and adverbs.
Now. Ahora. Ready. Listo. Song. Canción. Many. Muchos. More. Más. Performance. Representación.
Cuando mi rap practico, mis rimas, mis apuntes tácticos, siendo estos somos únicos. Cojo el volumen y lo amplifico, con mi gente hablando en círculo, la cantidad exacta con un simple cálculo. Tengo algo más que lo básico, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, super chacho, mucho mu más chico. Yo, en la calle, moviendo yello, billete a billete, lado a lado, no hay vacas en este prado. Ahora estoy rapeando en estéreo, castigando a los MC rollo osado. Soy el campeón, peso pesado, yo encuentro las palabras, tú ahorcado, revolcado, con Eddie Sánchez, fumado. Lo he visto, lo he tocado, he entrado, ya conoces mi sabor, lo has probado. Rap ciencia, con toda la potencia, dejo MCs en evidencia, controlando con el micrófono la audiencia. La madre mafia, hablándote de rimas con mi socia Beloni. Voy a hacer héroes en el rap como Stan Lee en el cómic. El muchacho guarda siempre la distancia, vacila lo mismo con la cartera llena que con la cartera vacía. Nunca pone cara de circunstancia, tengo toda la mercancía, mucho mu con diferencia, de largo, con todos los ritmos a mi cargo. Te enseñaré cómo lo hago, no podríais pagar todo lo que valgo. Con mi trupe, en un 406 coupe, este es mi juego, siempre lo supe. Contactos con el efecto preciso, pienso en mi próximo paso, rapto verbos y los caso. Soy el cabrón con alas como Pegaso, llegarás a mí con retraso. Quita esta mierda, soso. Camiones con más, por delante y por detrás, por delante y por detrás. Ahí. Sí, mucho mu es el que corta el queso. Haz otra vez eso, super grueso, te da en el hueso. Plan B, improviso, cabrones con más, peligroso, atómico, jodiendo el micro. Un partido sin árbitro, 1 litro, rap puro, 24/7, 365, Ponmelo duro, soy de práctico seguro.
You're not accustomed to hearing. Maybe this is something you're not accustomed to hearing. Maybe this is something you're not accustomed to hearing. Maybe something you're not accustomed to hearing. So listen very close to what I say.
You know, I like to talk to you. And that's a funny thing for me to say because, I don't know, I find it kind of difficult to talk to most people, you know? I mean, when I get in a crowd of people, I sort of stand around and, try to look like I'm busy or reading something or looking at a picture or something like that. I think that's why I got interested in music, you know?
The swamp creature. Night falls, and from a dark lagoon deep in the swamp, a horrible monster wades ashore and prowls the night, destroying all who cross his path. After slaying another helpless victim, the evil beast returns from whence he came.
Connections. Warm it up. Cause y'all need to know one thing about me. I am the terrorist. T-E-R-R-O-I-S, the terrorist. I'm after everybody. I am the terrorist. T-E-R-R-O-I-S, the terrorist. Pull out in the automatic, rat-a-tat-a, I tat it, never rat it, it's smoke 'em, it's CS, somebody's dead it, streets, paramedics, push up on the set, it's a homicide, and I did it, I bet it's a lyric deeply embedded into his head, it's conniption, convulsion, conjured by motion, I said it, wolf often it's orphan like Kenny Norton. I'm tossing out from the field. You see, it's the international slicer, mobster slasher, Paul Lasser, section wrecking like Tekken, karate fight, rhyming reppin', move out with special protection. My special move, my spinning lash out rotation of words into a boomerang, retrieving the thing. Deadly incision, blood sucking vampire bat fang. Show up Bay Area werewolf in London around the UK. Well, the wolf howl, eat shit, and don't be away. My mango style deformed the artist, leaving this Lexus in his Lexus with an ugly broad, smelling like Nexus, using Humexes, smoking Marlboros. AIDS infectious, weighing less than your gold necklace. She'll share the needle, I know. I'm mad addicting, it's sickening. That's why I keep on inflicting and return different human being each ripping. Terrorists, 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 terrorists. Terrorists, the terrorists, 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 terrorists. I'm after everybody. I am the terrorist, 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 terrorist. Terrorists, the terrorist, 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 terrorist. Rappers pull up your pants and run. The terrorist. Kinda like an acrobatic fall. Move funky through the air, go attack the room and watch the crowd split apart. Crack back, boss, blindside shot. You ain't seeing, but you feeling. Impact object like a rock. My words rolled up in sound. Toss like Randy Johnson, heat off the mound. I'm throwing down like Westbrook to his teammate when he got him hand down on the ground. Running around, stretching the field. Deep on your corner, safety always vice protection. Your shield gets blown to smithereens. Angel dust, shoot up for the elephant. I scoop quick like souped up Hondas that my partners ride from the Philippines. What I mean? The difference between me and these rappers, I kick like nobody else's. I switch them between, leaving them puzzled. I dazzle and dance, moving my presence amazing. Terrorists, terrorists, terrorists. Terrorists, the terrorists, 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 terrorists. Off that backstreet curve, I am the terrorist, 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 terrorist. Terrorists, the terrorist, 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 terrorist. Terrible, tantalizing, intriguing, terrorists, terrorists. Bring your bunch of terror. Bring your bunch of terror. Bring your bunch of terror. Hold on before you start the next record. Take me to a commercial.
All right, you got it.
Here I write, you dear. Here I write. 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 Here I write, you dear.
How many DJs do you know that's from Russia? Hip-hop fanatic label owner and such a record collector, producer and jam promoter. Combine it with the force of a lyrical soldier. The chemistry right, the formula completed. The situation is plain, gadgets are needed. 007's a beginner in comparison. CIA are amateurs, the FBI's embarrassing. On the crossfader there's masses of gunpowder. So when the cut's about to blow, it blows louder. Leaving nothing but the illusion of, in the confusion there's a, and the solution is a We manifest in the depression, put your mind to the test. Control the jealousy, then take a rest. We appear from every direction. The resurrection is witnessed by millions across the globe nonetheless. Scratches are vital, the beats are coarse, the rhyme recital ain't your average, the mission is suicidal. That's where the experts enter. We present on the beats the murderer, and on the mic the tormentor. How many DJs do you know that's from Russia? Hip-hop fanatic, label owner, and such a record collector, producer, and jam promoter. Combine it with the force of a lyrical soldier. Russia with love in the lab, the potion is mixed. We ain't about being tricked, we ain't about being slick. Sly and cunning, the formation is mind-boggling. Double agents with instruments as their weapons keep them coming. Surrender, we re-enter the scene with the force of a tornado while you return tender. Identification is kept on file, fingerprints are matched, trying to track the style. It's evident, you're a slave to your president. Bullets are fired, but you miss, so it's irrelevant. Soldiers, missing in action, another casualty, major distractions, eliminated, caught on camera, trapped in digital, filled with stamina. Techniques 12s injected with the deadliest of venoms. The cuts precise, lyrics are cold as ice. The program, computer generated. The men with the plan are on point and calculated. The strategies, the face nobody sees. The will of 1,000 men, the strength of 30 MCs. How many DJs do you know that's from Russia? Hip-hop fanatic, label owner, and such a record collector, producer, and jam promoter. Combine it with the force of a lyrical soldier.
I'm rhyming and designing, also creating. And a scratch and shape to my musical. I'm rhyming and designing, also creating. And not another DJ rocks this type of beat. I'm rhyming and designing, also creating. And a scratch and shape to my musical. My Chatsworth is making ears respond. And not another DJ rocks this type of beat.
Most Russians will know just by looking that you are a foreigner. But if someone should start to talk to you in Russian, you might say,
no need to panic. To DJing, he's an addict. To rhyming, I'm a fanatic. And lyrics flow automatic. Artillery loaded and only fired in times. A havoc, a deadly performance performed, and that's a promise. The rap connection, the perfect beat, the voice projection. The direction is forward, you need protection. Combination of minds, cuts, beats, and rhymes. Cause catastrophes and at the same time heal the blind. Be sublime and in the same breath wreck your mind. Be prepared and in the process stay confined. Cut the record, smash into smithereens. Take it from one extreme to the next, crushing your dreams. Verbal assassin, fierce and dynamic. Simple but effective, hated but respected. God willing, the force will be awesome, devastating and unstoppable when it's about to be dropped. Get ready for the word on the street is it's all about to happen. Ninjas got it together, it's all about the DJ Vadim from Russia. Put the needle on the record and cut.
Well, he's back once more, better than before, making all DJs look amateur.
Expand your mind, don't let it wither and die.
Now, I drop words you won't find in a dictionary. Straight from the depths of freestyle hell.
With the flavor for the roughneck that thinks abstract.
Here to teach deaf, dumb, and the blind. My repertoire is USSR. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. Let me tell you, don't sleep. Never would I ever sleep. Please don't sleep. Keep your eyes open. I don't sleep. Don't even sleep. Try not to keep your eyes closed.
Open your eyes and you'll see what I see.
I sport my skills on an FM frequency, letting people know you better not sleep on me.
Don't sleep on the skills, keep listening. But don't sleep or you're drowsing.
Please don't sleep. I hope you are awoken. No time for sleep.
If I don't sleep, don't sleep.
Don't sleep. I don't sleep.
Can't sleep. Yo, I don't sleep.
Never sleep.
So wake the fuck up.
In conclusion, don't snooze. Open your eyes.
Be on the lookout and yo, keep looking.
Yeah, I sleep and keep snoozing.
This ain't no sleeping slumber rap, in fact, it's untypical.
You hear rap every day, but this ain't everyday rap.
Just give thanks, it's the new shit. For y'all to ever try to sleep on this is stupid.
Wake up,
cruise, wake up.
Open your eyes.
Don't sleep. Don't even doze off.
Your game is weak, you geek, so don't sleep.
I never sleep, I keep my conscience open.
Rappers can't sleep, never close your eyes, never sleep or you might take a dive.
You can't be sleeping. Don't ever sleep, son.
Don't sleep.
You need to wake up, bro.
Sleep and watch me let off the cat's wreck.
so don't sleep, cause you might slip. Peace.
So don't you be a sleepyhead. Play all day long, then go to bed. On time, on time, on time, on time. Please go to bed on time.
You have no need to worry. My style won't be overcome.
At the beginning of this micro course in Russian, we're going to learn a few of the essential words and phrases, such as please, thank you, hello, and goodbye, that will establish you as someone who is polite and well-mannered. Someone who cares enough to make a small effort to communicate in Russian, even if you're limited to a relative handful of words and phrases. Let's begin. In Russian, the word for hello is
Здравствуйте.
Now let's practice that. Here is the term for goodbye.
До свидания.
If you are introduced to someone, even if it's in English, it will be polite to greet that person in Russian.
Здравствуйте.
And it will be polite to say goodbye in Russian.
До свидания.
The word for please is
Пожалуйста.
the last of these polite words you should know is excuse me.
Извините.
Let's take a moment now to review the words and phrases you practiced in this section. Russian pronunciation is difficult for most Americans, so the more practice, the better. Repeat each word or phrase as you hear it.
Здравствуйте.
Well, the word friction has been described as the rubbing of one's body against another, or the resistance to motion between two surfaces that are touching each other. It has also been described as a clash in opinion between persons or groups. Now, friction can lead to heat, and heat can lead to energy, or it could lead to defeat. Yes, you are now tuned in to the sights and sounds of the friction lead to fire, crews can get burned. Well, baby called trying to phase me. She talking how she craves me. The invitation to a flat so she could bathe me. She said you're charming and you know how to treat a lady. Plus the tone of your voice, it drives me crazy. I went there to handle it, the whole crib was candlelit. She said I want it raw, I said I'm not having it. Friction lead to fire, you could get burned. I create to devastate walls and MICs. And either way, you see all of my words in 3D. With evidence and bab, smoking hash under glass and black. We hit Europe like a meteor blast. Love the J5, slamming stage dive. Honey's getting pulled out the crowd like they dying. Friction lead to fire, crews can get burned. Hey yo, Benny's birthday, let's get out of LA. We'll take a drive up the 5 cause I love the Bay. At a show in Frisco, getting paid to play. This soft little big mouth steps on stage. I control my rage and control my mic. Then I step to his face and I shed some light on how friction lead to fire, you could get burned. See, I think a whack rapper needs to catch service, and I think a whack DJ needs to be nervous. Paying good money, the fans don't deserve this. Sharpen up your skills or potential is worthless. Remember the first time the record skipped when you was ripping? It's like the turbulence at 40,000 feet dipping. Friction lead to fire, crews could get burned. Friction lead to fire, friction lead to fire. Crew could get burned, baby, you could get burned. Friction lead to fire, friction lead to fire. You could get burned, baby, crew could get burned. Friction lead to fire, friction lead to fire. You could get burned, baby, crew could get burned.
How many times I gotta warn you?
You could get burned, baby, crew could get burned.
If you're in range, I hope you hear this.
Yeah. You know friction lead to fire, you could get burned. And well, in the dark sky, stars they shine bright. But some will flip whatever it takes for limelight. Faded like day to night, or black, gray to white. Keeping hate inside, that won't change till they decide. But fragile egos lead delicate lives. Rock Iriscience, dilated on the rise. Friction lead to fire, fuels could get burned. Though the system is the beast, Iriscience brings relief. Blazing hot shit, Vadim's on the beat. Your beef is petty, they're about to set them free on you. The troops in position already got a beat on you. Plus they feed on your fears and how egos close ears. While the youth are misguided and mad but called weird. Friction lead to fire, you could get burned. Yeah, that easy, like that.
This record is about how to exercise
the turntable record player.
In this record, we will tell you how to get started if you are a beginner, and review for you important principles of the sport if you are more experienced. Either way, you will find these many hints helpful in improving your technique.
Let's start this way. Place your hands
on the record.
Keep your elbows stiff. Hands forward, hands back, like this.
I would suggest that this particular exercise be done 3 or 4 times a day.
Continue this exercise until you feel moderately tired, like this.
Give this 100% effort and concentration.
Ready? Now? Probably won't be able to do this right away, but in a few days you shouldn't have any trouble. Now we are ready for the next exercise. Stand erect and place the palm of your right hand on your
record.
Don't press too hard, just enough to make the hand muscles work. Here's a word of advice. Get your arms into the act by swinging them as though you were running. Try this. Move your hand back, forward, and move them around and around and around in a circular motion. Do not move the hands in a large circle. A 4-inch circle is just about right. Continue moving your hands like this.
I suppose at this point, we should say something about
control. Be patient and try to learn to move the wrist, then the fingers.
Don't just stand there. Do something.
First gently, then gradually more vigorously. Tense every muscle you can. Do it this way.
All set for the next exercise? Here it is. Bend forward, relax muscles, hold it. Repeat this a few times and take a short rest. Now, perform these exercises in your bare feet.
Now there is one other way you can practice. It is a bit more complicated, I will say, but it's fun.
Ready? Now.
Didn't that sound nice? Now it's your turn at home. We'll play the music for you alone, and you practice right along with it.
Well, I'm sure all of the men who have helped us with this record would agree that there is no substitute for practice. My thank yous are really intended for all the pros who have shared their playing tips with us.
And now a word from our sponsor.
In order to hear your record exactly as it was recorded, accurate turntable speed is essential. If the speed of your unit is too fast or too slow, here's what you should check. Let's say you have a 33 RPM record. Observe the strobe bars on the rim area of the platter behind the prism. Notice the rotation of the bars. Now, turn the pitch knob for the corresponding speed in the same direction in which the bars appear to be moving until the bars appear to stop. This will adjust your speed properly.
Welcome to Strength and Understanding for Young Lovers. You have need of affection and assurance. Possibly you're the most impressionable. You can become easily upset, and as a result, you become moody and don't want to talk to anybody. Harmonious surroundings are helpful, and music can be a great influence to help you through the rough times. You have a fine sense of rhythm and enjoy dancing. You could be a great dancer. Sensitivity is one of your traits. Therefore, be most selective in your reading, your choice of entertainment, in everything you do. You can be easily hurt or offended by the words of another. Try to judge objectively. Learn to think matters through to a logical conclusion. Develop stability, persistence, concentration, endurance, and positive constructive actions. Now, don't be too slow in taking advantage of your new opportunities. And fight that tendency to hibernate. Don't let your home become your haven and prevent you from getting out among your friends. Some of your friends may be boring you right now. Get out and meet new ones. Your parents may tend to become more stern and strict. So, within the privileges that they give you, get out in circulation and go, go, go.